Roger Smith?
Well, that's a first. I'm used to human women saying that to me. Yes, Norman.
Master Roger, in West Dome number 5, there's a report of a giant robot.
Chicks dig giant robots.
It's so difficult for everyone to accept.
You try to assassinate him. I will not hesitate to deal with you.
Deal with me. I'll deal with you, robot head jerk-ass.
Pretty cool, huh?
Fix an error 220.
Easy. Just hold the power button, wait 5 seconds, and press print. Got that?
Power button.
Oh, boy.
I'm having a little trouble understanding. Can you tell me?
Duck loogie.
Female, before you die, I need a name.
I'm not a Digimon. Takato. Takato, man.
Thousand mortal and trembling fear. Mirror Warrior, Capo the Crown Nebula, destroyer of worlds.
Don't worry, little guy. Uncle Heatwave's got you. Bit of a skinny chap, isn't he?
And I have got to find out who does his lipo.
You look like you could use some rest and fattening up. Care to join us at the villa?
My computer!
Come on in.
Who are you?
I'm your Uncle Grandpa.
Mother!
What is it, dear?
So the whole wanting to destroy you and take away everything wasn't clear. Well done. But the Green Goblin has a solution. You and I join forces. Consider what we could accomplish by combining our powers. We could rule New York!
Cloud. You got some pretty classy moves for a corporate girl.
The more that you know, the shorter your life will be.
I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
Were you saying something? Sound of Reptile's ball going in the hole. In the hole.
Lucky shot.
I'll give you a lucky shot to the nose.
Holster those eye beams, friend.
What's he talking about?
Difficult students. Sanitary sensei. I have come too far to be
Do you see what happens when you guys get out of the two of us would have been here faster, but I wasn't sure exactly where here was.
He's here.
Oh, not again. Marine Angemon, time to go poo, buddy.
Wow, Kenta, you saved us.
Hey, you're right. Oh, no.
Too late.
Ninja? I didn't know he had a ninja.
Hey, you're a boy.
Actually, I'm an
Unholy demon, banished to this dimension to gather and devour errant souls for my lord and master Beelzebub.
But I used to be a boy.
Close enough. I want to help my sister get a date for the dance, and I need a crash course on how boys think.
Okay, do you know anything about boys?
I know they like boobies.
Cool, we're halfway there.
I told you I would destroy you.
This would be so cool. Not cool. There's
into the mic. Awesome. I'm Steve Blum. Hi, I'm Chad Bonin. I'm your host today. Who here recognized all those characters? Who here is dressed as one of those characters? Nobody? There's somebody? All right, so no time to waste. Let's introduce our guest of the day. Steve, come on out.
Hello, I'm Tara Strong. And I'm a brony. Hey guys, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you all. Wow. All I see is lights, finally. I'm sorry to put you through that. Just for those of you who don't know me, I'm Steve Blum. I'm a voice actor from LA, and that's kind of what I do. Well, not that, but what you just saw. That is kind of what I do, mostly with my finger in my nose. This is my first time to Atlanta, and before I started, I just want to thank you guys for such an incredible, warm welcome here. I've felt a deep connection to Atlanta for many, many years, and been on the phone with the guys from Toonami for half of my life, it seems. So I've always done it from a studio in LA over the phone with them here in Atlanta, and it's nice to finally come here and meet you all in person. So thank you guys again for having me. So, without further ado, I think we'll just open it up to questions and see what's on your mind.
You're closed, come on up. And by the way, this is being recorded for YouTube, so you'll be on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Okay, first off, big fan, everything you do. You're a good voice actor, I love you.
Thank you.
Second,
I love you too. I'm not afraid to say it.
Second, not long ago, I was watching Digimon Tamers, which is a great show, and it was the first episode, and I actually saw your name in like the translation credits, I think, for one of the episodes, and I was wondering if you had anything to do with the dub other than voice acting.
Yes, I had nothing to do with translation because I can barely speak English. But what I did do was write the ADR scripts for many of those episodes, on 2 seasons of Digimon, in fact. And so I was fully invested in that show. That was probably the only show I've ever watched end to end as soon as it happened, because I was integral in the writing process and had to be.
Well, I'm glad. It was one of those shows that could integrate, like, it was the comedy from like the American dub, but also it was stayed more true than I guess the rest of them. And I don't know, it was a really good dub.
We loved working on that show. It had a lot of heart.
I loved watching it.
And I love working on Geass. Oh man. It satisfied a lot of kid stuff in me that I couldn't let out in other places, you know.
I loved it.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Maybe we should start a line there so we can keep it going. Yeah.
Backup line.
Yeah.
Good.
Hi.
Hi.
Huge fan. Love you. You're awesome.
Thank you. I love you too.
And I think we're good on the vinyl.
Okay, pandemonium ensues. How may I be of service, my darling?
Please don't do that. You're making me blush.
I can't even see you. There we go. Okay, now I can see you.
I was wondering, this is probably kind of a weird question, but since you voiced these characters both so well, I always wanted to know who you think would win between Spike and Amon.
Spike and who?
Amon from
Amon.
Legend of Korra.
Ooh. Oh man, Spike, because he's got a gun. I mean, you can have some cool moves, but you can't run away from a bullet, so.
I've been told for the Toonami panel we need to have you talk the Toonami crew into liking Korra. That's apparently a request. You have to talk them into liking the show.
And talk them into liking it?
Yes.
They don't like it?
Apparently not.
Oh, we'll have words about that.
Nice. Fisticuffs. That's how we handle it.
Oh yes, oh yes. It's gonna be a throwdown, baby.
This is kind of a weird question too, but as you can tell, I'm Darsha from Wolves Raid, and that's actually my personal favorite of your roles, and specifically because I think you did a beautiful job at the crazy scenes, and I was really impressed because before that, I'd only ever seen you as like Spike and Digimon and other stuff. I didn't know you could do that, and I was wondering, is that at all hard to do, like the crazy and the just over the top, you know, insane characters, or?
Oh no, there's a lot of crazy up in here. It's actually kind of a relief to get to do that sort of thing. The more nuanced characters, for me anyway, are the harder ones, especially on really quiet, you know, emotional type scenes. But when you get to be big and broad and crazy, go nuts, you know, it's for me, that's the easiest stuff to do.
Well, because like what sold me was like, I don't know if you remember, but the scene where his wife dies. That,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that sold me.
That one was hard. That particular scene was hard.
I think you nailed it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of pen to draw on. Thank you. You look beautiful.
Trying to simplify my question. Okay, here we go. Back then, did you ever think that you were going to be really popular when you first did like your first voiceover? And what role do you think that set you in, for this career, that you'll be hired forever from other companies?
Wow. Well, the answer to the first question is really easy. I never thought I'd be popular for any reason. I was one of those kids. I was kind of fat growing up, and I was always the last one picked on the sports teams, and I always felt like I was sort of good at a bunch of things, but never really good at anything. And so I never expected this to become what it's become. And it was just that I invested myself in it so fully, and that I loved it so much that I didn't do it for fame. I didn't do it to get rich. I didn't really care if anybody watched. I was just having fun doing it. So it just came as a giant surprise for me, and still does. I mean, I'm still shocked when people, you know, have as big a reaction to things as they do, especially when it touches people on a personal level. And probably the show that really turned my career would be Bebop, I think, more than anything else.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful for that show. You know, it really changed everything for me. So.
Thank you.
I'm wearing Spike on my arm. Baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Who's your favorite character to voice, and what do you do to get into character?
My favorite character to voice is whoever I'm voicing today, because I have to be there. I have to be there fully for that character. So I can't pick any favorites from the past because they're all like part of my psyche, and they fight when I try to choose one. So I said this a couple of weeks ago at a con in Washington, D.C., that my favorite character that week was Guard A, because I knew I was going to be playing Guard A in some show on Monday. I hadn't even read the script. I didn't know what it was, but that's where it is. And what was the second part of the question?
How do you get into character?
Scream on the freeway. Yeah, for me, I don't have a big process to prepare for characters other than just to warm up my voice, to do, you know, warm-up exercises and things that look horrible when I'm doing them. But in a lot of cases, even if I think I'm prepared for a character, when I get in the studio, they change it up anyway. So I just have to prepare myself for the session and prepare myself for anything to happen, and then I'm pretty good. I never know what's coming.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I gotta take a quick look at everybody as they come. Okay.
So you were in Blood Plus, which is one of my absolute favorite shows.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed that you, along with most of the rest of the cast, has at least 2 or more roles. Do you know why the director decided to do that?
Because they don't have a lot of money, and they want to get as much as they can out of each of the actors. Actually, that's true in most shows and games. We'll voice multiple characters. Where they can hire us for up to 3 characters in most union shows, and they try to exploit that as much as possible, just to get the most bang for their buck. So that's probably why that choice happened. And then, you know, we have to be right for the characters too. So in a lot of cases, we have to audition for them on the spot. And then if we're okay, then they say go. And that was actually in Digimon for Keelmon. I was there for another character, and I auditioned while I was in the booth, and they said, okay, that's fine, go ahead, you can do it. And, you know, it became a major character. So that's how that usually does happen.
Thank you, Moses.
You're very welcome.
Moses is my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you look forward to voicing Spike in Cowboy Bebop?
Yes. I look forward to every role. I'm an actor, so I like to act, you know, and at that point, I didn't even know I was an actor. Actually, that had to be explained to me, because I was doing it for fun, and I didn't really consider myself to be an actor. But yeah, and I didn't really know a lot about the show before I came in. I had never seen it, and in fact, I didn't see the whole show until about 2 years ago. Yeah, I know. I don't watch a lot of stuff that I'm in. I don't play my own games, and I'm kind of stupid that way. But yeah, so I really didn't know much about the show while I was in it, and I was kind of relying on everybody else to tell me how great the show was. And you know, I would hear the music and I would see the visuals, and it was really awesome, but I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, it was all a big mystery to me. That's the way I work. I just kind of work in the dark, like a mole man. You're very welcome.
Hey Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good. I'm Thomas. I'm a huge fan of your work. You know, love your work since I was a kid. I'm originally from Atlanta, so it really means a lot to me to finally see you here.
Nice, thank you.
I was wondering, I don't really have a question, but more of a request. I was wondering if you can read a small little skit in your Toonami host voice.
Bring it in. Might come back to bite me.
You're on YouTube.
And we now return to Young Justice. And up next is The Legend of Korra, only on Toonami.
I think Nickelodeon might have a problem with that.
They might. I'm gonna get a phone call, I know. I told him to stop.
Oh, Steve.
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I've been a Transformers fan since I was 4 years old. You're like the best Starscream I've ever heard voice the character. You really brought life to Starscream.
Thank you.
And we know Transformers Prime Beast Hunters is like the final season of Transformers Prime.
Yes.
So please tell me you're doing Starscream in the new cartoon that they're working on next afterwards.
I cannot confirm or deny, but you can still call me Lord. No, they don't let us talk about anything that hasn't been announced yet, so.
I think you did a great job with that character.
Thank you very much.
One thing, I think you really sucked that Wolverine and X-Men got canceled. I loved you in that also.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know, that was a bummer. But Wolverine still appears all over the place, so just keep an ear out for him. He does show up on all kinds of different shows, and he's going to be appearing in a few more shows this year.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Thanks, bud. Hi.
I've been a fan of Toonami ever since it premiered, and I was like 1, and...
Your parents let you watch that at 1? Wow.
I was at my godparents' house, and... I was at my godparents' house, and I had a fun time with my brothers, Adam and Matt, my godbrothers, and I made this poster for you, and it has all of your roles, and it's got a note at the back.
Aww. Well, you read it. Here, because that's really weird if I read it.
Dear Steve Blum, you're awesome. You're a modern-day Mel Blanc. You're the best at what you do. You are the most prolific video game voice actor. You're an inspiration. Your voice acting has bloomed generations of anime and video game fans. This poster is a dedication to you because everything that you do means the world to your fans. Bless you, king of anime and video games. Nice seeing you, Space Cowboy. Love your job. Jessica Joynson, a Steve Blum fan.
I'm gonna cry up here, man.
I'm waiting on someone to bring you like roses.
By the way, did you get a picture? Can you get a picture?
Well, he's doing signings, or get a picture?
It's on YouTube, you can find it. Just take a
We can
photo.
screen cap the YouTube.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. That was
Just-
sweet.
it just has
What a great performance. See, that would have been really weird if I read that.
And just as a reminder, when are you doing signings this weekend?
Let me check
So
my
we don't
badge.
forget later.
Yes. I will be doing autographs at 4 o'clock today and at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Which is an hour earlier than...
The Toonami panel tomorrow
Don't forget to set your clocks.
11:30.
Yeah. Don't forget to
And
set
the
your clocks.
time change.
Yeah, time change. Yikes.
Lady who just did the thing, your camera. It'll be up here.
Wow, this is a big room. Now I can see all the way back there. Holy moly. Hi, guys in the back. Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. You?
Excellent.
Okay. Sort of related, or like this is kind of a two-parter. So, a while back, you did an interview for a little documentary, which and I'm sure everyone else here is looking forward to, called "I Know That Voice."
I Know That Voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. First off, how was that, like, this is the first part of the question, how was that like, doing the interviews and stuff like that?
Well, they interviewed us all separately, so it was just me and the crew in the room at the time. So it wasn't like we all got to party in one place. So I'm actually looking forward to it as much as you are, because these guys are all my buddies, and I can't wait to see what they have to say. So I saw an early screening of it a few weeks ago, and it's awesome. It's really, really great. Yeah, it's coming out later this year.
Awesome. Second part of it is, speaking of voice actors, which voice actor or actors have you had the most fun working with?
Oh man, they're all fun. They're like family. So, you can't pick one. And I love everybody for different reasons. But I would say that as far as inspirational, it would, top of my list would have to be Frank Welker, just because I'm a huge fan of his and have been forever. And for me, that was my big fanboy moment, was actually getting to work with him on Scooby-Doo for the first time. And for those of you who don't know Frank, he plays Scooby-Doo, and he's Freddy in every animal sound you've ever heard in every show you've ever seen. He's just an amazing human being besides that, so. Yeah, but I love everybody in the voice acting community. They're an amazing group of people.
Thank you. Look forward to the signing.
Thank you.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Welcome to Atlanta, and thanks for traffic. You won't leave till Wednesday. And my question is, and it's gonna sound odd, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I don't know if I've ever had a Klondike bar, so that would be a really weird question.
Blasphemy!
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll have to put that on my bucket list, I guess.
Yeah.
So after I taste the first one, then I'll have a better answer for you.
Okay.
It might be something involving nudity. Not me,
but
somebody else.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, well, you asked for it, pal.
Okay. All right, well, thanks.
Thank you.
The Choco Taco is better.
The Choco Taco. Good to know. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Crap, yes, I agree.
One of your roles, God of War is one of my favorite video games of all time, and yes, you play him.
Yes, Ares.
Yes.
Was not a happy father.
Well, anyway, on a more serious note, my friend John is actually thinking about joining the military, and I was wondering if you could give him the blessing of the God of War.
Wow.
Yes.
That's heavy, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
His name is John.
John, stay out of harm's way.
That's really all I can say.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Hey.
Hey.
I came to your booth yesterday and I actually gave you a gift yesterday.
Oh, you were the one.
I am the one.
Oh, that was awesome, by the way.
You opened it?
I opened it, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't. She gave me something that looks like it's going to smell really good.
Oh,
I haven't opened it yet. But
oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My actual thing was, since you're in a lot of games, I play I'm a hardcore Final Fantasy fan.
Nice.
Have you actually,
Yeah!
Alright, do you actually game or watch any other I know you don't watch the stuff you're in because you're a mole man. Do you actually game or watch any anime at all?
I don't. I really don't. I don't have time to do it. I have to work most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have opposable thumbs, so I'm not really built for gaming.
Yeah.
I'm sort of ape-like, but without the extra dexterous qualities. I'm really not very adept at that. And the other issue for me is that I used to game when I was much younger, and I would find myself in front of the computer for 12 hours at a time, and I can't stop. And so I wouldn't get anything else done if I started doing that.
Yeah.
So I leave it to you guys. And thank you for playing.
Thank you. I hope to work with you one day.
Awesome, that'd be great. And thank you for the gift, that was very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen.
Hi, Steve.
How you doing?
First off, I want to say I'm the biggest fan. Bebop really changed my life back in '98, which I think I was 10.
Wow.
And from that day forward, I knew I wanted to be a voice actor. So, and whenever I receive the acceptance letter, I will be attending voice acting, performing art school in Chicago.
Awesome, man.
It was hard with you, can I show you? Because when I watched Spike, it just mind-blowing. So I can show you what I can do.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Listen, Jet. You said bell peppers and beef. There's no beef in here. So you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef, would you?
Y'all can finish the line. I appreciate it.
That's awesome, man. One piece of advice I would give you, as you're doing your beginnings of voiceover, I would say find your voice first. It's great to work on other people's stuff, and it's it's hugely flattering when you do stuff that I've done or anybody else has done. But find your voice, and that's what's going to make you unique and get you hired. Because if there's already people doing those voices. So not that I don't want you to take my job, please come and take my job. But that's probably the best piece of advice I could give you is really find your own voice and do it your way, and that's what will make you stand out. All right.
Hi.
Hi.
The video just showed me so many more voices than I thought you had played, and it got me to thinking, what was the hardest voice for you to voice, and what was the easiest?
Ah, man. None of them are actually necessarily hard except for physically, and I would say probably the most physically taxing one is Wolverine, only because when I voice anything, I invest myself psychologically and physically into it as much as I can. And even though my face has to be in front of the microphone, my arms are flailing, and every time you're hearing a punch, I'm actually throwing that punch, or I'm, in my mind at least throwing the kick. So at the end of Wolverine sessions, after doing this kind of voice for 4 hours straight, and yelling and screaming and pieces of flesh are flying out of my throat, my chest, my lungs, my whole body is aching as though I was really in that fight. And psychologically, the mind actually goes there, so there's some decompression time that has to happen from that. So physically, that's probably the most taxing character. As far as the easiest characters, wow, I don't know. Probably the characters that are closest to my voice, or actually, you know what? The easiest character was Vincent Valentine from Final Fantasy.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, and the reason being is because it's kind of a warm-up exercise for me. I get to stay way down quiet here in my throat. I don't have to project way out, so I can let the microphone do all the work. And it's just very soothing on the throat, so that was an easy thing to do. And it sounds sexy too. So. Thank you.
Hi, Steve.
Hi. Hello. Welcome to my village.
First of all, I really just want to thank you because my first ever episode of anime was actually Naruto. I was in the 8th grade, and it was one of the primary episodes of Orochimaru.
Wow.
I fell in love with Orochimaru.
Wow, I can see that. Thank you. Wow.
And really, that's the first anime that I ever watched, and the whole reason I even go to these cons now. That's what got me into that, cosplaying and other anime, so thank you very much.
Wow, well thank you, and I'm sorry that I got you addicted here. I apologize. Apologize to your parents for me, will you?
I have two questions. One is a more serious question, the other one's a little bit silly. The first one is, you played both Zabuza and Orochimaru.
Yes.
And I was wondering how you feel about the contrast of those characters, because they're both villains, but they're very obviously different in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that transitioning from one to the other?
It's a great challenge, actually. It's really fun, especially playing two villains in the same show. It's always fun for me to try to bring them as far apart as I possibly can. And with that show, fortunately, the character archetypes were so completely different that vocally it wasn't even a stretch for me to do that. Except that, Orochimaru started out as a woman, so that was kind of weird in the very beginning, picking up from there. But that was one of the easier transitions. There are a lot of shows and games where I'm playing multiple characters and they want them all to sound like a tough guy, but there's only so much range that you can have when you're trying to differentiate characters in that same timbre. So that was fun. It was easy. It was actually really easy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and my other question, I have a Kabuto back there, and he's a little bit shy.
Aw.
But it's his birthday today, and I was wondering if you would mind singing to him in Orochimaru's voice.
And what's his name?
Kabuto, a Kabuto cosplayer.
Oh, but he doesn't have a real name? That's his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kabuto. Happy birthday to you. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Ray.
Hey, Ray.
I don't really have a specific favorite character. I am glad that you were brought back as Vilgax and Benjam on Omniverse.
Oh, so good to be back as Vilgax.
But I'm a big fan of Toonami. So I got two questions. Of all the voices, all the characters you ever voiced, which good guy, bad guy, and neutral characters have you enjoyed the most?
Leron from Gurren Lagann, all three categories. Like I said, it's hard for me to choose. Leron is actually a really good example because he's just so out there. And you weren't sure if he was a good guy or a bad guy, and depending on which side of the fence you're playing on, you might consider him to be both. So, yeah, I don't know. It's all fun. There's no easy answer to that. It's all fun.
All right. My second question is that you are the prominent voice of Tom of Toonami.
Yep.
Ever since the beginning, and then right before the cancellation, and it's Adult Swim version. But my question is that were there any other well-known voice actors that almost had the role before they picked you?
I have no idea. I'm not privy to that kind of information.
Well, you're the second Tom voice actor.
Second Tom voice, yes.
Sean Schimmel voiced the first one.
No, it was...
Right? Sonny Strait.
No, it was actually Sonny Strait.
Yes.
Sonny Strait did the first one, yeah. The little pot-bellied Tom.
Two different double S names.
Yeah, it's okay. That would have been an interesting choice, though. Sean Schimmel would have been an interesting choice. Yeah, and I really wasn't involved with the casting process other than the fact that they said, will you do it? And I said, yes. It was one of the few things that I didn't really have to audition for. They were fans of Bebop, and at least to the best of my recollection, they might correct me at the panel tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. It was so long ago. But it was one of the few things that I didn't really have to audition for. So I'm not sure who else they may have had in mind for it. But as soon as they said, will you, before they could even get the words out of their mouth, I said, yes!
All right, thank you, and stay gold.
Thank you. You too. Bang.
I got shivers from the bang right now, I'm just saying.
You got a shiver from bang? Good. Awesome. Hi.
Hi, Dotachin. Would you like a coupon for Russia sushi?
Don't call me Dotachin! But yes. You look awesome. Thank you. Oh, wow. Russia sushi, best sushi in town. Yes,